Hey guys, what is going on? I'm that dude with the PC, and this is the fourth time I've tried to bring you this video. First time was about a year ago, but I didn't really have a way to explain what was going on. And the other three times were about 10 minutes ago when Adobe was just kind of being retarded. So we're going to give this a shot again. Now today's topic is going to be the PC gaming side of Call of Duty and why it is kind of forever doomed at this point. I do kind of want to go into a brief overview of the PC ports in general of all of the games, but please note this is going to be a huge brief overview because it's very easy for me to go long-winded into these topics. But first Call of Duty game, I'm not going to go into detail on because it was only available on PC. Second Call of Duty game was actually really nice. And it's also interesting because this was the game that got Infinity Ward on the map. This was the one that they developed, and then they were like, well, if we want to develop console games too, and Activision was like, okay, if it does good, then you can, here's your dev kit, you can make a sequel if you get X amount of dollars. And they were like, okay, cool. So they did that. The PC version was the clear superior platform in this game because it was designed on a PC for a PC and then just kind of had the Xbox 360 tacked onto it for its launch. Which, again, new hardware, new dev kits, all that good stuff, not going to be a pretty launch. So, with that to be expected, PC version was clearly far superior. Now we're going to go into COD 4. COD 4 was the PC game for Call of Duty. You had dedicated servers that you could do whatever the fuck you wanted with. Wanted to have ranked, unranked, purchased, run on your own PC, LAN, mods, whatever, you name it. You can play fucking Star Wars in Call of Duty. Like that, just game over. Best game right there, 10 out of 10, would bang. Yet, this was also the point where Call of Duty kind of went downhill. World at War happened. World at War was actually a pretty decent port, but it still suffered from a lot of just random issues. It was a Games for Windows Live game, but it really kind of wasn't at the same time. That was kind of weird. It had its own dedicated friends list, which was nice, but also kind of sucked if you wanted to party up because it just never worked. It was a decent port overall. Nothing really show-stopping, but nothing really spectacular about it either. Then Modern Warfare 2 happened. Modern Warfare 2 is literally where Activision held a gun to their head of the PC port and blew its brains out all over the place, and then set its own body on fire, let it burn, and then ate the remains while flicking us off, while wrapped in bacon. The reason why I'm saying this is because Modern Warfare 2 was literally as direct a port as physically possible for a PC version. We had matchmaking, they removed our dedicated servers, they removed our FOV support, they removed our mod support, they removed basically all customizability about the game. The only thing we could really customize was resolution and quality options. You want to have shadows? Cool. Want to run it in 1080p? Cool. Want to run it at lower textures? Cool. That's pretty much it. And if it sounds like I'm fired up about this, it's because I kind of am. Because Modern Warfare 2 is actually my favorite game in this series to date. And they fucked it so hard. And it's also really sad because of Alter IW. Alter IW was a fan modification made to the base game of Modern Warfare 2, which added a lot of the things that they took away, like dedicated servers, mod support, and the like. Now, if I had to pick, that would be my favorite game. However, seeing as how it's not really an official game, it can't really be my favorite game. But if I was allowed to pick it, it would win hands down. It is that damn good. It is Call of Duty 4's level of port with Modern Warfare 2's weapons and maps. Like, it was good. And then the shit happened. Shit port after shit port after holy fuck, what is wrong with you? After dear God, please make it stop. Black Ops 1, shitty FPS issues, shitty controls. I still, to this day, have stutter issues on my fucking 5 gigahertz 8350 with 16 gigs of RAM and a 780. I still have issues running that game. What the fuck? Then there was Modern Warfare 3. Again, literally, big gigantic middle fingers to the PC guys. Because we were led to believe up to launch, oh, you're going to get dedicated servers. Oh, you're going to get this. Oh, you're going to get that. And then come launch, no. Dedicated servers were not rentable. I guess the server files were kind of public. They were tied to Steam, so you had to have a Steam account, which means that you couldn't run it and play the game at the same time on the same computer. Just lots of convolution. They were also unranked only. You couldn't play real ranked games with them, which means that nobody played them. The game was hacked to shit. Nobody fucking cared. Dude, forget going into ground war. Like, you're gonna find probably 3 hackers in every game you go into. Like, just the list went on and on and on. And then Black Ops 2 happened. Black Ops 2 was the last shining ray of hope for PC COD. And it still kind of is in a lot of ways. Black Ops 2 is probably the best port I have seen, which is very sad to say because it's the best port, not the best version. And it's also very obvious that this is a port with things like COD casting, with things like arena mode, with all that shit. It's completely useless on PC. Do you want to know why? Because of population. Now, at this point, Call of Duty has already screwed itself over to the point where it's not going to be able to be playable after release date for the next COD game, just because of how shitty they treated their PC community. The more loyal fans are the ones that are still playing it, but 90% of them have been turned off. Like, I kid you not, it was very easy for me to go anywhere and find thousands and thousands and tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people playing the PC version of COD 4. I could find a server in fucking Sweden. I could find 15 servers in fucking Sweden that were just maxed out, 50 out of 50 every game. And this was like during the Modern Warfare 2 Black Ops 1 days. I log into Black Ops 2 right now, I see a grand total of 2,000 people online, with 3 playlists that I can find games in. I can find games in Nukejack, TDM if I'm lucky, and Domination if I'm really lucky. Which most of the time means that I play nothing but Nukejack because I don't have a choice. If I want to play the game, that's what I have to play because of population. Which leads nicely into the rest of the segment, except it just goes downhill from here. Remember all the bad port issues in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3? Ha! Think Infinity Ward fixed it? Nope! Ghosts came out and was a flaming shit pile on release. There either was no FOV slider or it only went to 80 on release. There was an FPS cap of 91 FPS. Game ran like shit. Game stuttered like shit. Weapons were just shit. Performance was shit and still is shit. It wasn't good. And there's a lot of little things about it that if you play the Xbox 360 version, you would notice about the PC version. And I'm talking minute details, like the fact that the character model, like for Create a Class, ran at 60 FPS on the console versions, but because of the stupid retarded 91 FPS frame limit that they added, which for some reason halves the frame rate when you're at the main menu, the animation plays at 3/4 speed. Why? I don't know. It's a shitty port. Same thing goes for Advanced Warfare. Stuttering issues whenever I get shot. The controls themselves are wonky. Terrible performance issues for no reason. 91 FPS cap. Broken weapons. The laser actually got buffed and it became even more broken when released than it was because Sledgehammer just literally did not give a shit about what the tweak they were doing, how it would affect any platform but their precious Xbox and PS3 and the next gen consoles. And that's what brings me to today's video. There is high hopes for Black Ops 3. It is looking like it is going to be a fantastic, wonderful COD 4 level of quality of the PC version for Call of Duty, which is something that we haven't seen in a very long time. But what I'm afraid of is the COD community itself, because there's just not going to be one when this game is released long term. Sure, they might stick around for 3, 6, if we're lucky, 12 months. But beyond that, we're going to have an unplayable game. And that's what scares me most about this release. This has been That Dude with the PC, signing off with a better hope for the future. And hopefully one day, I'll get to see you on the battlefield in the PC version. But if not, just know that I will never bow to my console overlords. So you'll never see me on the PS4 or Xbox 360 or Xbox One or whatever versions. #fight the power. Yeah.